What's up, my lovelies? Welcome back to Moon Catching with Erica. I am your nutritionist and health coach. Today's video, we're going to be talking about getting pregnant after 35 and my top 5 tips of how to increase your chances of getting pregnant and increase your fertility. This is a big topic for women, so if you are over 35 and trying to get pregnant or trying to figure out the best ways to boost and increase your fertility, keep watching. This video is for you. As we age, there's an increase to the oxidative stress or the oxidative damage that happens to all of the cells in our body. This oxidation causes an increase in inflammation, which causes an increase to the risk of miscarriage and an increase in the time that it takes to achieve pregnancy. According to the powers that be, 35 is considered advanced maternal age. I really want to talk to somebody about this. If you are pregnant at 35 or older, it is considered a geriatric pregnancy. Again, who is in charge of this? But if you're like me, getting pregnant in your 20s when you're the most fertile doesn't really work for everyone, and that's not in everyone's plan. Some women and some couples choose to wait, choose to focus on other things, and choose to decide to start their family later, and that should be a choice that is awarded to us. Also, it is important for women to understand their, let's say, reproductive trajectory, different conditions and diseases that can affect their fertility, and it may be for them to decide that, hey, maybe I need to freeze my eggs now to preserve what is left of my fertility. So tracking and understanding your fertility, even when you're younger, is a tool that most women don't always use, but is a good one to have available to you to help protect your fertility. If you do decide to start your family later in life, it is important to be aware that, yes, there are changes to your body that happen as you age, and by being aware of those things, it gives you a better opportunity to address them, increase your egg health, and reduce your risk of miscarriage. The conversation of age and fertility is an unavoidable conversation because there is a connection. And this is because there is a natural and normal decline in the quantity of eggs and the number of eggs that you have left, as well as in the quality or the health of those eggs. Because as you age, there is an increase in the inflammation in your body and the amount of oxidative stress. Both of these things cause damage to your body cells and, of course, your eggs within your ovaries. Add in the fact that maybe as your relationship has gone on, you and your partner have fallen into this comfortable rhythm. It is important to use the times that you do have sex. You are able to time it when you are most fertile. For those of us who do decide to start our families later in life, it is important to find tools and tricks that we can tap into to help support our body and to protect our fertility even in our advanced maternal years. Understanding your fertility even when you're younger is a tool that most women don't always use, but is a good one to have available to you to help preserve your fertility. The second tip is to detox, or at least address the sources of high toxins in your life. The issue here is endocrine disruptors or hormone disruptors. These substances mimic the shape or behavior of our normal hormones. So they get in there and they mimic the behavior and activity of these hormones and trigger things that maybe shouldn't be triggered, or maybe overstimulate things that shouldn't be overstimulated. All of these things can disrupt your body's normal rhythm, your body's normal cycle, which of course can impact whether or not you even ovulate, when you ovulate, and different signals within your cycle from month to month that are very important for fertilization, implantation, and the development of an egg to maturity so that it can be ready to ovulate and be healthy with the right number of chromosomes, etc. These things are very important for the success of pregnancy. Some of the known hormone disruptors are birth control, pesticides, synthetic fragrances in our skincare, as well as our makeup, as well as our home care items. All these things have chemicals that, when absorbed in our body and in our bloodstream, can mimic our normal hormones that control our cycle, control our ovulation, control fertilization, all these things that are key steps on the road to pregnancy. It's important for us to figure out which of the items that we use on a daily basis may be doing harm to our fertility. By checking the ingredients and checking for known hormone disruptors like BPA, phthalates and sulfates, synthetic fragrances, as well as to see if it is organic or not. All these things are important to check because these are known ways that fertility disruptors are entering our body and affecting our chances of getting pregnant. The third tip is sleep. And you may just think about sleep and the fact that it affects whether or not you're tired or not. But proper sleep, or in this case, improper sleep, can disrupt our biological clock. This is the timing that our body kind of restarts the cycle every day. And if you have poor sleep, your body and its hormones are not able to have the same speed and the same up and down flow within the same time frame that it wants to. For one, poor sleep can disrupt the cortisol and melatonin ratio. So every night before bed, your body is starting to produce more and more melatonin to prepare you to sleep. In the morning, your body starts to make more and more cortisol to prepare you to wake up. If even those two are out of balance or they don't shift past each other at the appropriate rate, this can affect your fertility. And these are just two of the many hormones that are really important for your normal cycle, for ovulation, for fertilization, for implantation. The fourth tip is to have a healthy balance of the good or beneficial bacteria. And this is important in our digestive tract as well as in our reproductive tract. Disturbances to the balance of the good and the bad bacteria can cause inflammation, can cause an increase in the rate of infection, and both of these things can affect your body's ability to maintain pregnancy. The fifth and final tip is to make sure that you have the appropriate amount of antioxidants. And this is probably the biggest one because, again, as we age, there is an increase in the amount of damaging free radicals that occur in our body, and there is a decrease in our body's natural production of antioxidants, which of course are the counterbalance to the damaging free radicals. Free radicals are busy little fire starters that go around the body causing trouble where there shouldn't be, and antioxidants are the firemen or women who go around putting out those fires and reducing the damage that can be caused by the free radicals. So the first nutrient is folate, and most people know that you should have enough folate. This is important to reduce preeclampsia as well as chances of miscarriage. You can find folate in dark leafy greens as well as nuts and beans. The next one is vitamin D. As we age, our chances and risk of osteoporosis goes up. If you're starting your family a little bit later in life, intake of vitamin D is very crucial for both your bone health as well as your developing baby. For vitamin D, you can eat fatty fish and get exposure to the sun. When we are exposed to the sun, there is a process that happens that converts and creates vitamin D. It also supports the egg as it is developing because it helps the cells differentiate and helps the cells mature and grow. Vitamin D is also important for implantation and the development of the placenta. Iron is another nutrient that is really important because your body can burn through iron really fast once you become pregnant. You need a lot to start creating the placenta and start creating the vascularization, developing the blood vessels that are going to exchange nutrients between you and your baby. So it is important to have a good level of iron even before you are pregnant. Sources of iron are meat and seafood, as well as plant sources such as fruits and vegetables, nuts, and seeds. Vitamin E is another good one because it helps reduce the time to pregnancy for women over 35. It is a great antioxidant to reduce damage to your cells in your ovaries as you are getting ready to get pregnant. Sources of vitamin E can be sunflower seeds, broccoli, and kiwi. Zinc is another one that is really important because low levels can affect the levels of your hormones, in particular LH and FSH. And I did a whole nother video where I go over what those two are. But really quickly here, they are really important for the normal shifts that happen through your cycle. And if these shifts don't happen, if these dominoes don't fall the way they should, ovulation can be disrupted as well as implantation of the egg. Some sources of zinc are seafood, pumpkin seeds, as well as cashews. CoQ10 is another really good nutrient because CoQ10 supports the mitochondria of the cell, and mitochondria are the power plants of our cell. So think about this. Newborn babies sleep all the time. I mean, they are just burning through their energy and they're just so exhausted, so they just sleep. And our cells are just teeny tiny, pre-newborn babies, and they're not sleeping per se, but they are burning through energy like crazy. And if we don't give ourselves and give these growing eggs the proper amount of energy, they won't be able to properly and successfully go through all the stages of development and be ready for ovulation on time. There is a chance that if an egg is ovulated and it hasn't been given the proper amount of energy and nutrients to go through all the stages, that egg will probably have chromosome issues and will cause miscarriage, or if you're someone who's doing IVF, that egg will not be viable to be fertilized. A high rate of miscarriages occur because the body recognizes that the fertilized egg may have chromosome abnormalities that are a result of the egg not being able to properly differentiate and divide and grow earlier when it was developing. And CoQ10 can be easily found as a supplement to add to your prenatal vitamin that you hopefully are taking. So one thing that these nutrients have in common is that they are all very powerful antioxidants. And as I mentioned, as we age, oxidation and cell damage actually increase. By providing our body with these powerful antioxidants, we are able to give those eggs a better chance of implanting and developing into little babies. One thing I want to say is that yes, I've picked the top 5, but don't think these are the only 5. Maintaining a healthy lifestyle and diet always is very important for all aspects of health, and fertility after 35 is no different. So I try to condense that as much as possible. I do offer a fertility course where I go over all of this in depth. It goes over nutrition, lifestyle changes, supplements, all the things you should be doing to protect your fertility and increase your chances of getting pregnant faster. So if you're interested, please check the link in the description below and head over to my website. That wraps up this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and even hit the notification button so that you don't miss out on my next video. As I always say, your body is talking. You just need to learn the language. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.